Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour. Bonjour. Est-ce que tout le monde est prêt? Caméra, tout le monde est prêt? Première question, Cédric.
Ouais.
Bonjour.
Samedi à Nice, en partant, je m'avais demandé si tu étais focus sur Avranches.
Oui.
Est-ce que tu es focus sur Avranches?
I was. Yeah, I was focused on the branch as I have been my whole time at this great football club. We've had some really amazing moments, and in that moment on Saturday night, I didn't know what was going to happen. What's happened since is I was given permission to speak to, for me, actually not for me, it's the truth, one of the biggest football clubs in the world, World Cup champions. It's an honor for me to be associated with a club like that. And now, on this day, it looks like I'm going to be the next manager of that football club.
Je l'ai dit après le match, donc je l'ai dit directement, je l'étais, focus sur le match d'Avranches. Mais ce qui s'est passé entre-temps, j'ai eu la permission d'aller parler avec l'un des plus gros clubs du monde. Voilà, donc ce que j'ai fait. Et à l'heure d'aujourd'hui, voilà, les choses sont dans la bonne voie pour que je sois le prochain manager de cette équipe.
Qu'est-ce que ça représente pour toi par rapport au lien qu'il y a entre les deux clubs, comme dans le groupe de Chelsea, tu sais, voilà, c'est forcément une situation particulière aussi.
What that represent for you with the link between the two clubs, Strasbourg and Chelsea?
Proud. Firstly, proud of the work, not just myself, but Mark Keller, the players, the staff, the fans. The last 18 months have been a joy. Like I've said before, I've put on record, it's been the best 18 months of my professional career. Met some incredible people, created some incredible memories, created history. And none of that happens. The reality is, none of that happens without the investment of our ownership, without the hard work of our president, and without the hard work of every single person connected with this football club. So the reason, and it's not just Chelsea, I've had interest from many clubs, Champions League clubs, which I've always been open and honest with Mark. I've always been open and honest with our ownership about. But there are certain moments in your life that you have a decision to make that you cannot say no to. This, for me, is a club that I would love for the rest of my life, that I will want to do well for the rest of my life. But this opportunity for me is something that I cannot turn down at this moment in my life, for many reasons. One, it's an unbelievable opportunity, an unbelievable club who are World Cup champions with an incredible squad, an incredible fan base. Secondly, it means I can go home and see my kids. I'm away from my children. I've missed them, and I wanted to make the sacrifice of not seeing them worth it with the success that we have here. So there are many reasons. I don't think anyone can question how hard I've worked for the club, my integrity in the way that I've worked for this club. I don't think anyone can really question the decision I've made to move on with my career.
Ouais, c'est une fierté. C'est une fierté pour moi d'aller dans ce grand club. C'est une fierté pour le président. Ça doit être aussi une fierté pour ce club. Mais rien de tout ça serait arrivé sans le travail acharné du staff, de la direction, des joueurs. Voilà. Donc, je les en remercie parce que voilà, tout ça n'aurait pas été possible si tout le monde n'avait pas mis les choses en place et fait le travail, en tout cas nécessaire pour que ce club puisse grandir. Donc, et voilà, la chose aussi très importante aussi pour moi, c'est que voilà, il y a eu des offres aussi auparavant, mais c'était pas le bon moment. Donc voilà, j'ai toujours été très concentré sur ma mission et ce que je devais faire, en tout cas ici, faire grandir le club et les joueurs. Mais il y a des moments dans la vie où des opportunités, elles ne se refusent pas. Voilà, ça c'était l'une d'entre elles. Et pour moi, c'était impossible de fermer la porte à cette opportunité. Et aussi, ça me donne aussi l'opportunité de retourner chez moi et proche de ma famille. Donc aussi, ça c'est un facteur aussi important et dans un très très grand club. Donc maintenant, je pense que personne ne peut remettre en question mon attachement et mon travail et ma détermination que j'ai mis ici au quotidien pour faire grandir ce club et développer les joueurs. Donc voilà, ça a été fait et maintenant il est temps de tourner la page.
Pour le Racing Club de Strasbourg, c'est un timing qui vous inquiète? Le timing du départ, vous.
For Strasbourg, is that the timing that you're afraid of for the club of Strasbourg? Is that bad timing for them?
We'll see in the future. I said this in my press conference. I mean it. In life, you cannot guarantee anything. You don't know. Good and bad. Amazing things can happen. Bad things can happen. For the club, we might look at it now and say the timing's not perfect. What I have to say is I travelled yesterday with Mark and with David, not just for my conversation with a massive club, but also to help this club move forward and be successful. So in this moment, I know people will say it's bad timing, but what will make me happy is in 6 months' time, everyone says that maybe me leaving and the next person who comes in, which I know will be of a very, very high level, will help move this club forward and be even more successful. So in the moment, you say timing is bad, but actually it could be the best thing for everyone. And that's what I really, really want to happen. I will still have connections with David, with Mark, with the next coach if I can help in any way. And I really want this club to be successful for years and years to come.
Et là, vous dites que c'est une opportunité qui ne se refuse pas. Si vous avez signé, ou pas, est-ce que c'est officiel, la signature est effective avec Chelsea?
You can.
You said like, is that did you sign? Is
I,
that official?
It's a great question. I haven't signed yet. I've agreed verbally with Chelsea. And actually, it's really important. This is different to anything anyone's ever done. Nobody's made a statement before they've signed a contract. Everything's agreed. It will probably go through in the next few hours. I want to make this clear. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I care about this club. And I felt it was right for me to answer your questions physically here today before I move on with the next stage of my career.
Ouais, il y a un accord verbal, donc tout est prêt pour avancer. Mais pour moi, c'est important d'être ici présent physiquement, d'avoir cette conférence avant d'avancer.
Monsieur, quelle a été la nature de votre réflexion? Est-ce que c'était très clair depuis le début que vous vouliez partir parce que vous avez été attaché à ce club, ou alors dans le football, on se dit que le train passe qu'une fois, et que, comme vous l'avez dit, vous ne vouliez pas refuser le temps. Quelle a été la nature de votre réflexion ces derniers jours?
La nature, mais seulement sur les derniers jours, hein, pas. Okay. How was your reflection for the last couple of days?
Mixed emotions. Firstly, so excited about the future. I kind of like my whole life I've worked to be a coach, and it sounds strange, but it's the truth. So now to be presented this opportunity to manage a world-class football club is something I've always dreamed of. With that is a mixed emotion of sadness of what I'm leaving behind. I'm emotional now. This is the last day, the last time that I'll wake up as a Strasbourg manager. So this is football, and you create connections with people. I've created a connection with the city. I've created a connection with Mark, with the fans, the supporters, and there's many good memories and good people that I'm moving away from. So the overriding feeling right now is I'm excited, but I'm also really appreciative of everything that's happened here.
Bien sûr, j'ai un feeling un peu mitigé, hein. Donc, d'un côté, il y a la joie et d'avoir en tout cas une opportunité exceptionnelle, et de l'autre côté, un peu la tristesse de quitter des personnes, le plus important, voilà, des personnes avec qui j'ai créé des connexions. Et voilà, donc la réalité, c'est que demain, je me réveillerai en tant qu'entraîneur de Chelsea. Voilà, c'est quelque chose. Quand on est un entraîneur jeune et qu'on travaille fort, c'est le genre d'opportunité qu'on rêve, même titre que les joueurs de foot. Donc voilà, j'ai un sentiment un peu mitigé à l'heure actuelle. Je suis quelqu'un d'émotionnel.
Est-ce que Marc Keller a tenté de vous conserver à Strasbourg?
Did the president Mark try to keep you at Strasbourg?
I think he would say yes, and I understand, and I'm humbled that he wanted me to stay. And honestly, that's why the focus was on Nice. The focus all week was on trying to win the game in Nice. I had a call the next morning saying I'd been given permission to travel to London to meet the guys at Chelsea. And actually, I was on the plane with Mark, with David, with Khalifa, because we're still together. We still want the club to move forward. So I'm appreciative of the opportunity, firstly, from the board who believe in me for the next job, but also I'm appreciative of being given the opportunity here by Mark and everyone involved. And I hope that in time everyone will look back and say that was an amazing part in the club's history.
Bien sûr, et ça a été le cas, et c'est tout à fait normal. Mais à partir du moment où j'ai eu l'opportunité, la chance de pouvoir démarrer les discussions, j'ai pris cette opportunité-là. Donc voilà, et après on a voyagé avec le directeur technique, sportif David et le Marc à Londres pour bien sûr régler pas mal de détails, mais aussi parler du futur de ce club. Donc moi aussi, pour moi c'est très important que ce club avance et continue à grandir. Donc il y a eu énormément de discussions aussi pour préparer la suite pour ce club, pas seulement mon avenir.
Do you have discussion, or will you have discussions with players, because it's a complicated situation?
Yeah.
to change coach during the season?
Yeah, I've already spoken to a couple of the players. Once everything is official, I'll make sure I speak to every person, not just the players, every member of staff, to thank them for what they've given me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in this unbelievable situation now. So, yeah, leaving a lot of really, really good people behind. What I do know from the conversations I've had with Mark, with David, um, there's going to be a good group of people coming in to help this team be successful, to complete the objectives for the season, which is obviously really exciting. This club has huge ambition, and I know for a fact that the guys are working very hard to bring a really, really good head coach in and good staff in to help this unbelievable group.
Bien sûr, j'ai eu quelques conversations avec les joueurs, mais ils sont, voilà, pareil, très contents pour moi. Et c'est sûr que sans eux, ça aurait été quelque chose d'impossible à atteindre. Mais voilà, après toutes les conversations qu'on a eues avec le directeur et Marc, on est persuadé que voilà, les personnes en tout cas qui vont venir derrière sont très, très, très compétentes et vont continuer à faire avancer ce club et surtout faire en sorte qu'on atteigne nos objectifs, les objectifs du club à la fin de saison.
Do you bring your best predictor with you in the Chelsea?
No, he's not just a translator. He's an unbelievable guy. And I have to, it's great. Thank you for asking that question. Without Khalifa, honestly, he's, as a person, I've never met anyone with such extreme values, emotional intelligence, and he's been fantastic for me. He's my manager, and sadly, for Strasbourg and for the players, I will be taking Khalifa with me on the next phase. At the moment, so far, the agreement is that Khalifa, Justin, and Ben will be coming with and Justin.
What did you think before about France, about Strasbourg, before coming, and has changed?
Great question. I've learned a lot. Before I signed, I came here. I met Mark, and we went around the city, and Mark showed me the plans. We're now sat in this stand, but Mark showed me the plans. I hope you don't mind me telling him this story, but he was so excited about showing us the plans. He knocked a pole over. It hit him on the foot, and the spike hit his foot, and blood was pouring everywhere. He got rushed to hospital. And I think that's the kind of sign of how things have been. It's been a crazy period. And Mark was so passionate in showing me the history of Strasbourg, what it means to the fans. And he said to me, I want to see a team that reflects this area, this Alsace, this city of Strasbourg. It's hardworking, it's honest, humble. I think I've tried my very best to show that in every game that we've played. And if it wasn't for Mark and his pride of this area, I don't think that we would have had the success that we've had in this moment.
C'est un grand saut que vous faites en passant de Strasbourg à Chelsea. Il y aura sans doute une pression plus importante au niveau des résultats, au niveau du public. Comment vous êtes prêt à
Am I ready? I want to. Yeah, I will speak about that when it's the right time. I'm here to speak about Strasbourg. I'm not here to speak about the next stage yet. I will do. Like I've said before, it may not look like it. I am so excited. I hope the fans here can understand the reasons why. And I think if you have empathy, you would understand that. I'm looking forward to the challenge. If I didn't think I was ready, then I wouldn't have accepted the job. But right now, I want to speak about all the good that's at this football club.
Est-ce que vous pensez que votre départ peut aussi nourrir le mécontentement des supporters strasbourgeois qui sont contre la propriété?
Do you think also the fact you're leaving can make like some supporters angry about you leaving?
I hope not. I hope not. The reality in football is there are levels. There are levels of clubs. I know that the ambition of this club is to reach the very, very highest level. The reality of that at the moment is that Strasbourg is not on the level of Chelsea. It's not as big a club. It will grow and it will achieve things in the future. But there are certain clubs that you just cannot turn down. So I hope the fans can see that. I hope they're proud in a way that somebody who's worked here has been identified to be the manager of a Champions League winning current club world champions. I hope that people can see it in that way, can understand how difficult it was for me to make the decision to leave the club.
Ouais, je pourrais comprendre la déception, mais j'espère pas. J'espère que les gens aussi auront aussi la fierté d'avoir eu un entraîneur qui est passé par leur club et a été identifié comme potentiellement entraîner l'une des plus grandes équipes d'Europe qui a des titres, que ce soit la Ligue des Champions ou autre. Donc voilà, je peux comprendre la frustration, mais de l'autre côté, voilà, j'espère vraiment qu'ils comprendront que des fois dans la vie, il y a des opportunités qui se refusent pas, et ça, c'est l'une d'entre elles, pour moi.
À Chelsea, vous avez retrouvé d'anciens joueurs, de futurs anciens joueurs, comme André Santos et Liga. Est-ce que vous savez déjà comment vous travaillez avec eux?
Yeah, you're gonna see like few Strasbourg player like Andre and probably Emma at the end of the season. Do you know how you're gonna work with them and what?
Like I said before, I'll answer questions on anything in my future club at the correct moment. What I will say, this is very important about the recruitment between the two clubs. Yesterday, I think we sat together for 7 hours in different meetings. And most of the conversations were about how we can strengthen this team from Chelsea to help this club be successful. And if I can play my part in that with the board, with the owners of both clubs, nothing would make me happier for both clubs to be successful in the short and long term.
Voilà, comme j'ai dit, je parlerai de tout ça au moment venu, mais ce que je peux dire, c'est que hier, par exemple, on a eu un meeting pendant plusieurs heures sur le recrutement, et la chose qui revenait souvent, c'est comment, avec tous les membres du staff, on allait aider en tout cas ce club à se consolider et à renforcer cette équipe-là.
Quel est votre programme des prochains jours et quand est-ce que vous serez sur le banc de Chelsea pour la première fois?
I'm getting on a plane after this, and I'll have discussions with the club straight, and then hopefully everything. Then all of the paperwork will be signed, and I can meet my new squad, which I'm really looking forward to do.
One more question.
Tu laisses une équipe qui, en championnat, n'a pas gagné ses 5 derniers matchs et à 6 points de l'Europe. Qu'est-ce qu'il va lui falloir maintenant pour aller rechercher ses places?
You're gonna join a team who didn't win the last 5 games, and what they're gonna need to get to the top.
I said I'm not going to speak about. I will speak about that stuff and that team when it's the right moment.
Comme il a dit, c'est pas le moment de.
Non,
Oh, sorry. Definitely.
Pardon.
I think we've got an outstanding squad with great character. You go through times in the season when you don't quite get the results. At the same time, it's a weird one because in the league we haven't won 5 games. We're 4 unbeaten in competitions. I think we're 5 unbeaten now actually. So we're not far away. I keep saying we because I still feel a part of it. No, the players will be great. I know that with the new coach that come in with his staff will help, and it might help to have a new voice and new energy in the team. But no, the players are going to have a great season, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they progress.
Ouais, moi, je suis confiant en tout cas pour la suite. Le groupe reste très solide. Certes, il y a un feeling un peu mitigé, mais sur les 5 derniers matchs, l'équipe n'a pas perdu. Donc, il y a des moments comme ça dans la saison où il y a des moments un peu moins bien, mais voilà, on n'a pas perdu sur les 5 derniers matchs, même si le ressenti est différent en championnat. Mais je suis persuadé que voilà, le club, en tout cas, est en train de travailler pour préparer en tout cas tout ça, et je pense qu'avec ce qu'ils ont et ce qui va arriver, tous les éléments seront réunis pour qu'ils fassent une bonne deuxième partie de saison.
Est-ce qu'il a déjà parlé à son possible successeur? Et si c'est le cas, est-ce qu'il le fera?
Yeah. Have you had any discussion with the potential like next manager?
At the right moment, I will always be available to help in any way, to give advice, to anything, to help the new coach be successful in the future. Nothing will make me happy.
Ouais, bien sûr, pas encore, mais il y en aura pour que je puisse en tout cas aider avec voilà, sur quoi que ce soit pour l'aider à réussir sa mission ici. En tout cas, je serai toujours disponible pour lui.
Qui va vous succéder immédiatement là, avant la publication d'un supplémentaire?
Who's going to be the main one now before the new manager?
I think that's a question for David and a question for Mark. For me, I have to focus on my role.
The club can be successful if it's organized and oriented towards the interest of another club.
I don't agree with the wording of your question. This club is not here for the interest of another club. This club is here on its own, and I know it can be reported in a way. What I would say is, and this isn't just about me, this is about everybody. The club is growing so much in the background. We brought an outstanding technical director in who's had incredible experience at a top club in the Premier League. We're bringing in outstanding people to help our infrastructure. We've built a new stand that Mark's worked so hard to build. We've had success. When I joined this club, everybody said we would be relegated, and we had the youngest squad. We had a nobody in as the coach. We nearly finished in the Champions League. This is not in the interest of any other club. This is in the interest of Strasbourg. And actually, that's why I'm here. I'm here because I care about this club. I will care about this club for the rest of my life. I think that the narrative that this project is for the interest of only one club is completely wrong. And I think in time I will be proven right.
Je pense que ce qui est dit, voilà, pour moi, c'est totalement faux, parce que tout ce qui a été fait, en tout cas, est dans l'intérêt de Strasbourg, de faire aussi grandir, bien sûr, Strasbourg d'abord. Voilà pourquoi je suis arrivé ici. À mon arrivée, voilà, tout le monde disait que on allait être relégué. Un jeune entraîneur méconnu, bien sûr, de la France, qui arrive de deuxième division anglaise, ça a pu faire un peu rire. Mais la réalité, avec voilà, ce club se structure en coulisses aussi, ce club se structure et bien avec l'arrivée de personnes très compétentes, un nouveau stade où il y a eu énormément d'énergie de travail sur ce projet-là. Donc, on voit le développement de ce club et la structure aussi qui est en train de grandir. Donc, voilà, pour moi, je suis pas d'accord avec la question qui est que ce club travaille pour l'intérêt d'un autre. Et surtout quand on voit l'évolution de ce club et où le club est aujourd'hui.
Bien sûr, est-ce qu'on peut entendre que les supporters aujourd'hui reprochent peut-être un manque de considération que nous comprennent un peu JC Coleman à Chelsea. Les supporters ressentent le fait d'avoir été pas respectés au final.
Yeah.
On entend.
Can we also understand like that from Chelsea to take a coach of Strasbourg could be a kind of a lack of respect or lack of consideration for Strasbourg?
I think it's the opposite, to be honest. I think it shows huge respect for not the work that I've done, the work that the club has done. Chelsea are one of the biggest clubs in the world. They could pick any coach that they want. Outside of PSG in France, if Chelsea want a coach, that coach probably wants to take the Chelsea job. So I find it incredible that anyone would think I'm going to just take the coach from Strasbourg and just put him in at Chelsea and see what happens. This is a hugely respectful thing. It shows how far Strasbourg has come in a short space of time under Mark, and it shows that there's ambition at this football club. So for me, it's a hugely respectful thing. It's not like a small decision. This is a huge decision for everybody involved, and one that I hope becomes successful in the future.
Pas du tout. Pour moi, c'est l'opposé. Voilà. Chelsea a le potentiel d'attirer n'importe quel club, n'importe quel manager du monde. Voilà, c'est un très très grand club avec un gros palmarès. Et ça doit être aussi un honneur, justement, pour Strasbourg. Et ça en dit long sur le progrès que fait le club, d'avoir des managers qui sont passés chez eux et eu, en tout cas, cette opportunité d'aller entraîner dans des grands clubs. Donc, je pense que ça doit plus être vu dans ce sens-là que l'opposé et voir aussi tout le travail qui a été fait depuis en tout cas plusieurs mois et la dimension dans laquelle on entre Strasbourg aussi.
But were you surprised because you're the coach of the seventh place in the French championship and you get in the biggest club in the world? Was it surprise for you to be
Yes.
this discussed that?
Yeah, when I was notified of the interest, it was a very nice surprise. But at the same time, I've said before, it's not just where you finish in the league that speaks about your work. It's the way that your team play. It's where the team comes from. I've had interest from Champions League clubs before this interest, and I've turned it down because I wanted to be here. I wanted to see this job through to the end of the season. This was not part of the plan, but it's here and it's arrived, and yeah, it's an opportunity that I don't think many people would turn down.
You really think it's respectful to leave the club without manager in the middle of the season?
We haven't done that. There's a manager coming in. There's a manager coming in. If it's a great question. It depends how you look at life. It depends how you look at life. If one of the world's biggest clubs, if it wasn't Chelsea, if it was a different club of the same standing, PSG or Real Madrid or Barcelona came in for me, well, I don't understand. Would that still be seen as disrespectful, or would it be less or more respectful? The same. That's the business of football. That's the business of football. This isn't the first time a manager has left a football club in the middle of a season. It won't be the last time. For me, I've tried to. The fact I'm here, I'm trying to show as much respect to this club as possible. But the word respect, football is an industry where you need to win, and clubs will headhunt people, and clubs will pay money for people that they think will help the club win.
On va prendre une dernière question. S'il a
Un souvenir à garder des 18 mois.
What's your best memory for the last couple of months? Since
Just
One
you have
memory.
one big.
It's going to take me a long time because there's been so many. The best memory. I think the Lyon game, Lyon at home. The second half performance. The stadium wasn't looking like it was now, but the noise gives me goosebumps now from the supporters. The performance, the energy, the intensity of the players. I just felt that night was everything I dreamed of to happen when I came here.
Valentin.
Yeah, Valentin Barco that night had a baby an hour and a half before the game born. He comes out, plays his man of the match. The energy of in the stand, the energy of the team, the energy of the staff. I think that was my favorite out of so many memories. My favorite part was meeting so many good people, the players, the connection we had, the staff, Mark. It's been incredible time, and I am emotional. I'm an emotional guy, you know that, and it's difficult for me to leave, but at the same time, I'm very, very excited for what's to come.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Thank you, Montage. Merci, Couture.
Thank you.